Hi, first grade. Welcome back to school. I hope that everyone had a fabulous Thanksgiving break. I think it was much needed for everyone. Wasn't it so nice to have a few days off? I hope that you got to relax and spend time with your family and eat some good food. So, boys and girls, it's time for writing. So, we are working on our personal narrative. So we worked on the beginning, we've worked on the middle, and now, my friends, it's time to wrap it all up and work on the end. So we haven't done this in a while, so I am going to reread our story, and guess what? We also get to finish it today because we're doing the end, so we get to listen to the end of the story. So let's do a recap. So the beginning, you should have written about what your story is going to be about, who was in your story, and where you're going to go, or where the story takes place, and what is happening. So in the middle, you worked on events that happened in your story, right? You should have had 3 events, 3 special events, and they should have each been on a separate piece of paper. And you were using adjectives, and you were using transition words. And then today, we are going to wrap that all up nicely and end our story. So, all right, let's get going and let's listen to the story. Scribble and Author. Scribble and Author by Miri Lesham-Pelly. A color spot, some pencil lines, and here you are. Scribble! Hi, who are you? Hello, Scribble. I'm the author, and I'm here to help you create your journey. Let's start at the beginning. Wow, author, you've created a beautiful beginning. Where do I go next? Well, it's your journey, so it's up to you. What would you like to do? I'd like to make a new friend. Okay, do you see the gate to the middle of the story? I believe it may lead you to your wish. Here he is, going in the middle. What's that? I'm going to the beginning. Oh, look at this big, ugly monster. I'm drawing a challenge, Scribble. Why did you go back to the beginning? Every journey has challenges. That's not a challenge. It's a monster. I know it looks scary, but you can overcome it. All right, boys and girls, remember we talked about how sometimes the middle is a little tough, and you may start something or not know where to go, but then you can always, look at that, use your eraser, right, to change or fix. Look, Scribble, do you have an idea? Way to go. Now let's go find your new friend. Everybody see what Scribble's doing? He didn't like that part, so he's taking it out. He's erasing it. Where is my friend? Why is it called the River of Questions? How will I cross the river? Can someone help me cross it? Is this river dangerous? Author, what should I do? Scribble, you have so many questions, but you have answers too, right? So we have to figure it out. We have to do that part on our own. No one can do it for you. Can they help you? Absolutely. All right, and it looks like author down here wrote, you can do it. Author, can I borrow this page? Thanks. Oh, look what he did. He took the page. He turned it into a boat so he could get across the river. You can do it. Oh, and look, he used the pencil for an oar. Hooray, I crossed the river. Now where is my friend? Well done, Scribble. Let's move on with your journey and find out. Boys and girls, I want you to notice over here. What do you see? Yeah, you see the eraser, right? You always can make changes to your story. That's what that symbolizes, right? It's not, if you write something down, you can change it. You can make it better. You can get rid of it. You can always use your eraser. Are you sure, Scribble? This mountain is impossible. Wait, I have an idea. Oh, what does he see? He's got the pencil sharpener. He's got some pencil shavings. Oh, look, he used them for wings. What is he doing? He's flying up, up, up. Woo-hoo! I'm on top of the world. Nothing can scare me anymore. But where's my friend? Maybe on the other side of the mountain, right? So we got up. So he did one of his events, right? How many more do you think he's going to have? The Slope of Fears. That's a funny name. I see another challenge. Ah! Phew. Now he's stuck. He's in a hole. I'm getting the hang of this. Look at that. He pulled out some tape. He's using it to crawl out of the hole. Author, I can't go any further. I'm too tired. But look, you've reached the ending. It's the best place you can imagine. So that's going to bring us to our part today. What? There's nothing here. You call this the best place I can imagine? Boys and girls, I want you to stop and turn and talk for a minute and talk to your friend about why does author think this is the best place he can imagine? All right, boys and girls, I really like some of your ideas. So I'm thinking, this is just my thinking, so there's nothing there, right? So what can he do? He can make up his own ending, right? It can be whatever he wants. That's right, Scribble. Imagine. He's making a little dot. He's got his paintbrush. Now he's using his pencil. Hello, Spot. Welcome to my story. Oh, the end. Wasn't that lovely? He used his imagination, and what did he keep saying through the whole movie? Or excuse me, the book. We're not watching a movie. He said, "Where's my friend?" And in the end, what did he do? He made a friend. He put it in his story. Remember, boys and girls, your story is yours. Only you can write it. All right, so now, friends, today's job. We are authors at work. All right, so let's just do a quick reminder what personal narrative writing is. When you're writing a personal narrative, you're writing a story about yourself with a beginning, a middle, and an end. So you want some nice details, vivid details that when the reader is reading your story, they can imagine it. All right, so today's assignment, boys and girls, we're working on the ending. So another word for an ending is a conclusion. So a conclusion ends the story by summarizing. So telling again, wrapping it up, what happened. It may include how the experience made you feel, right? I was happy. I was sad. You don't want any of that. All right. All right. So this is what we need. We need our writing paper. Remember our writing paper with the picture box and the lines. Remember, you have lines on the back too. So if you need the lines on the back. All right. So in end, our transition words that we use for end, we can say finally, at the end, last. Those are some words we can use. All right, so the end, again, tells what happens last. So it's the last thing of the story. Tells how you felt, and you're staying in the setting, meaning that you aren't going somewhere else, right? All right, so for the end of your story, you want to wrap up your story and tell how you're feeling. Those are the big things you want to remember. All right, so I'm going to give you an example of mine. So remember, I'm writing about Disney World, right? I took a trip with my son. We went to Disney World, and I wrote about some events in the middle. Okay, so now it's time to end my story. So I'm using, my transition word that I'm using is finally. So I put it in pink so it's nice and bright, right? It's the first word. All right, let me read what I wrote for my ending. Finally, our vacation was over. It was time to pack up and head home. As I walked through the exit of the Magic Kingdom, I turned and waved goodbye to Mickey Mouse. Aiden and I had had the most wonderful trip. We had so much fun on the rides, dancing with characters, and eating great food. This was one trip we would remember forever. So, boys and girls, I just summarized my whole story at the end there, right? I kind of told it again. I told where I went, who I went with, and what I was doing. And then how did I feel about the trip? Okay? Easy peasy, right? It's the end, boys and girls. All right. So remember what we're working towards. So we want to make sure that our story is organized. It has a clear beginning, middle, and end. That our writing makes sense. You have details in it. The reader can imagine what you're writing about. Your work is nice and neat. You took your time. Everybody can read it. And all of your sentences have capital letters. They have punctuation. And you have spaces between your words. Also remember those trick words that you've learned so far. We've probably learned, I don't know, about 15 or so. They're on your word wall. Make sure that those words are spelled 100% correctly. All right, boys and girls, it's time for you to get busy. Your stories are coming out fabulously. So happy to have you back in school again. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.